Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today for this stretching session. If you are new, then welcome. My name is Jade, and if you are returning, then welcome back. Just before we begin, if you'd like to take more practices with me, I offer exclusive videos and take 5 live classes every week, which are all saved on my membership platform. It's £8.99 a month. There's no contract. You can dip in and out whenever you choose. Head to the link. I'll put all the information in the comment section below. It is Pilates and Yoga with Jade.com. So for this practice today, a lovely daily stretching session. So if you're feeling really tight, if you've been working all day, if you've been in the gym and you just want to move your body, then this is the practice for you. I am going to be incorporating a yoga block in this practice today. Please don't worry if you don't have one. You can improvise with a pillow, maybe a footstool or a sofa, just anything that will lift the floor height for you during this session. So when you're ready, in some comfy clothes, and we're good to go. So we're going to begin seated on our block or on a pillow, knees bent and feet flat on the ground in front of us. Hands rested on the knees. Try not to slouch here. Think about growing tall up and out of the hips, opening through the chest and lengthening through the spine. Legs together, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Grow lovely and tall, make some space. Soft side bend as we reach over and breathe into the right side of the body here. Then reset the shoulders over the hips, drape the right arm over the head, and delicately pull the right ear towards the right shoulder. Think about dropping this left shoulder down and breathing into the neck, into the side here, all the way down into the upper back. Then we'll softly ease off, moving quite gently, reaching the left arm up. Grow up and out of the hip bones. Gentle side bend as we reach over with the left arm, breathing into that left rib cage. Keep guiding the chest forwards. Don't let this arm come in front of your face. Then as we restack, the left arm drapes over the head and we carefully draw the left ear to the left shoulder. Keep trying to drop this right shoulder down. You don't have any tension around the neck that's going to cause us any headaches or blurred vision, anything like that. Then we'll carefully ease off. Let's inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Try and really grow tall here. Turn the palms of the hands forwards and start to dip with the fingers, curve the spine, so rounding the back. Hands are going to gently touch on the shins and just slide forward. So you're kind of hugging yourself down. So you're bringing the chest towards the thighs, chin towards the chest, and take a moment to breathe into the back of the body. So take a big breath into the lungs on both sides of the back, and exhale as you release and soften through the shoulders, the neck, the upper back. From here, I'm just going to take the hands onto the ground and just gently straighten the right leg and then straighten the left. So I'm just straightening the legs, have a little fidget through the hip space, bending into the knees a little bit here, and then pause. See if you can fold any further forwards. So just start to fold the body down. Don't force it. Just notice how the hamstrings feel as we start to roll over. Try not to let ego get involved. You don't have to be touching your toes in a forward fold to feel your hamstring stretch. Now, as you bring the chest up, let's bend our left leg. Draw that left leg in towards you. Your left hand goes on the ground behind you as we find a seated twist. So I'm trying to not lean or collapse into the left arm. Just have the fingertips on the ground as you press the chest forwards. Think about inhaling as you grow taller and exhale as you twist further. Then we'll carefully come back through to center. Take that left leg away. Draw the right knee in, so support the right leg in towards you. Right hand on the ground behind you. And again, lifting, opening through the chest, drawing the right leg across the body and taking the right shoulder away from the torso. Then as we come back through to center, let's drop this right knee down to the ground. Bend your left leg in. So my right knee is just dropping out to the side. Going to carefully give it a little nudge. And then support the left leg to step out to the side. Left arm goes on the inside and you're guiding that left knee back to open up through the hip and the groin. And then we're going to again come into a soft twist as we look gently over the right shoulder. Try to relax the shoulders here. Keep pressing the chest forwards and nourishing into the hip space now. And we'll come through the middle. We're going to change sides. I'm going to step my right foot out, drop the left leg into center, right arm on the inside of that knee, left hand rests, and we look over the left shoulder. So make sure your right foot's flat and you're using that right elbow to guide that right knee out to the side. Then we'll come into center to cobbler's pose. So the soles of the feet come together now. Let gravity pull the knees down. You can have a little sway here if that feels good for you. And then start to kind of lead with the chest and see if you can fold forward slightly. Really focusing on sending the breath into the hip space, into the inner thighs. Trying to lift the torso away from the pelvis. So by that I mean don't kind of tuck under and collapse. We want to decompress the spine as we try to bring our body away from the tailbone. Then I'm going to ease my chest off. I'm going to step both feet out now. Now, if this transitions too much, feel free to come up however you need to. I'm going to lift my bottom off the block. Hands come on the ground in front as I lengthen the legs, turn the feet parallel, and I'm going to bring my block forwards now so I can place my hands on the block for a wide leg forward fold. So let's all meet here together, both legs straight. Both feet flat on the floor. Try to shift your weight into your toes. Don't sway back into your heels. And remember, if you don't have a block, it doesn't matter. You could lean on like a sofa or a chair, just something so you're not kind of struggling to reach the ground, okay? So I'm folding over here, taking another lovely breath as we try to soften as best as we can. Now take your hands or the block as well over towards the right foot. So I'm just coming over more towards the right leg in this wide leg forward fold. Do your best to keep the legs as straight as possible, but be kind to yourself. If your knees are slightly bent, no drama here, okay? Then I'm going to take the block or the hands, come over towards the left leg, ease myself into more of a fold over towards the left. Keep thinking about your tailbone. Imagine you've got a little light on your coccyx. Point it up, up, up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to bring my block back through to the center. So I'm evenly distributing my weight between both legs. Leave the right hand down, take the left arm up. Take a bit of an open twist here as the left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Bring out through that waist. Bring the left hand down and let's take the right arm up. Lovely big twist here as we reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Then bringing the hands down. I'm going to walk the feet to parallel. So I toe heel my feet, walking them into parallel. Take a breath here as you try and fold your chest over more into this standing forward fold. Now I'm going to leave my block there and I'm going to bend the knees. Let's roll up to standing, but leave the chin till last. So your head comes up last, gives our head and heart chance to catch up. We're in a standing pose. Take a breath in with me. Reach all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely big lift here. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and gently guide yourself into a side bend. Think like a banana. Can you kind of press that right hip a little bit further away? Come back through to center. See if you can grow taller. Make some more space through the spine. Take hold of the left wrist. Guide yourself into this side bend. Don't let the arms come in front of the face. Come back through to center. Inhale, reach, palms of the hands facing forwards. Exhale, like we did seated, you're going to curve the body, chin to the chest. Bend the knees, start to roll yourself down. Softening the knees, letting the arms and head completely go as we just hang here. And then bend your knees generously. Come all the way down onto your knees. And then I'm going to turn so we're on all fours. We're on our hands and knees. Let's come into a cat and cow. Inhaling, let the belly drop towards the ground as the eye line looks forwards. And I tilt my tailbone, that light on the coccyx, up towards the ceiling. Then we reverse it. Guide the hips forwards. Should be no creases on the leggings as the chin comes towards the chest. One more time. Tilt the pelvis. Eye line looks forwards as we open through the chest. And then separate the shoulder blades as you draw the belly up and round through the back. Let's take the bottom towards the heels for a child's pose now. Slide the arms forwards. Take a gorgeous breath as you let the forehead bow down towards the ground. If you find this uncomfortable on your knees, you could kneel on a pillow or have a pillow in between your bottom and your heels. Taking one last breath here. Will the chest fall any further over? Now carefully walk your hands in towards you. As you do that, lift your bottom, tuck your toes under and then sit your bottom back, a gorgeous toe stretch. Keep walking the hands in until the hands are on the thighs now. Take a moment to soften the shoulders, sink into the heels here, and then inhale as you reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands, place them behind the head, and gently isolate the neck stretch. Pull the chin towards the chest here. So trying to keep the spine long, soften the shoulders, and just draw the chin towards the chest. Obviously aware the toes are having a powerful stretch here at the same time. Let's take the eye line forwards. Take the hands behind you. Interlace your hands together and try and straighten those arms. If you can't reach your hands, you could hold on to like a jumper, a tie, a dressing gown cord here so that you can really get that stretch still through the shoulders. Whilst we're in this upper body stretch, we'll lift our bottom, relax the toes, and sit your bottom back down. See if you can maybe take the eye line up further now as you open more through chest, through heart center. Keeping the arms as they are, let's bring the chin to the chest, curve the body forwards. Let the forehead come down towards the ground as the arms go up, up, up towards the ceiling. And then in your child's pose, release the hands and slide the hands forwards again. So we're back in our traditional child's pose where we were a moment ago. From here, extended puppy. I'm going to lift my bottom off my heels so my hips are over the knees. Keep sliding your straight arms forwards and then try to let your chest fall down towards the ground. So tilt the pelvis, find that space around the hips, and then let gravity draw the chest down towards the ground so you find that space, peeling open the posture at the same time. Then carefully slide your way back in towards your child's pose. When you get there, let's lift the bottom slightly, tuck the toes under, peel the knees up and find a downward facing dog. Be kind to yourself. Maybe bend the knees, lift the heels. Think about pressing the chest through. Think about lengthening through the spine rather than getting the heels all the way down towards the ground. Just kind of listen to your body, seeing how it responds. We'll then slowly come back down onto our knees. So take your time as you come back down. Relax the feet. Let's step the right foot forwards for a lizard. So it steps on the outside of your right hand. My right heel is kind of near my little finger, on the right finger. And then I'm going to point the toes and the knees onto the diagonal. Left hip is pressing forward. So we want to have a nice open stretch here through the left hip flexor. See if we can maybe lift the right toes off the ground. So you're kind of rolling onto the outside edge of the right foot. Lengthen through the spine here as you guide the hips forwards. Really lovely, powerful stretch here as we open up into the hip space. If you've got your block and you need it, you might want to lean your hands onto your block here. I'm then going to walk the right foot into the center of my hands. So I frame the foot, one hand either side. Straighten the right leg as we slide the hands back a little bit, finding a half split pose. Please don't worry if that right leg's not straight. Think about pressing the left hip forwards, pulling the right hip back, and again, trying to lengthen the spine. We don't want to be curving here. Try and extend through the spine. Now bring your right hands back on the inside of the right leg. Slide that right leg out to the side so it's in line with your left knee. The right foot's flat on the floor, toes are pointing forwards. And then our hands kind of come into the center. We might be able to ground down onto the palms of the hands now. And then see if you can sit your bottom back towards your left heel. So we're really trying to push into the outside edge of the right foot, getting a gorgeous stretch all the way down the right leg, into the groin, into the pelvis, and possibly around into the lower back. Let's shift our weight back forwards and bring that right leg in when you're ready. Left leg for that lizard. So I step the left foot on the outside of my left hand. Toes and knees are facing onto the diagonal, and then I guide the right hip forwards as best as I can. Hands are on the ground. We walk them forward slightly. Think about lengthening through the spine, lifting the big toe of the left foot as we roll onto the little toe, trying to get this left knee away from your left shoulder. So taking a breath here, really important to stretch and open up around our hips, okay? If we've got tight glutes, tight hips, can cause a lot of pressure into the lower back, the knee, even down to the ankles. And this is often an area we all kind of store a lot of trapped emotions in, trapped energy, a lot of physical tension can occur. Let's walk that left foot all the way into the center, so one hand either side. And as we straighten the left leg, we walk our hands back slightly for our half split pose. Again, hamstrings. Obviously, a lot of us have quite tight hamstrings, so really important to stretch these out. If they are tight, they can pull, have a negative impact on our lower back and also on our knees and our ankles. From here, left hand on the inside of the left leg. I'm going to slide that left leg in line with my right knee. Toes are pointing same direction as the hands. Maybe come down onto the palms of the hands and then see if we can take the right bottom cheek back towards the right heel as we keep our left foot flat on the ground. So taking a breath here, breathing into that left leg now. Really great to kind of be aware of your body. Notice which side you're carrying more tension on. It might have reasoning and you might start to understand why you've got niggles in your body where you do. So let's lift our bottom, come back forwards, bring that left knee in when you're ready. We're going to tuck the toes under once again and find that downward facing dog. So just guide the hips up, maybe seeing if the legs are feeling any different now as we come into this gorgeous pose. Let's slowly come back down onto the knees. Take your bottom back, relax the feet. Let's just turn around so we're coming onto our bottoms and we're going to make our way carefully onto our back. So just use your hands to guide you. Come all the way down onto your backs when you're ready. From here, a soft figure four. So taking your right foot, place it on top of your left thigh. Without using your hands, try and get that right knee to go away from your torso. So my palms of the hands are just face up towards the ceiling here. Allows our shoulders to relax. Left foot is grounded, heels quite close to the bum, and you're trying to kind of create a triangle shape between the thighs. So taking a breath here, use that connection between the right foot and the thigh to press that right knee away from you. Then open the arms a little bit wider so they come into a T shape. Cross that right leg all the way over. So now there's no gap between the thighs. It's like you're sitting at a dining room table. You just cross the legs completely. Take your bottom to the right hand side of the mat and then let the legs drop to the left. So I'm rolling onto the outside edge of my left foot, trying to bring my right foot down towards the ground as well. You might want to put a pillow underneath your right foot or underneath your left thigh. Try and keep both shoulder blades square to the ceiling here and really breathe into this right side of the body, all around the back, into the hip space. Especially if you're kind of working at an office desk or you've been driving for a long time, twists are really lovely to kind of wring out that posture. Let's ground through the left foot to bring us back. Reset the hips, unravel through the legs. Other side, left foot on the right thigh. Figure four here as we press that left knee away. So I'm not physically pushing that left knee with my hands, because if you do, people tend to start to carry tension around their shoulders or strain and lift their head off the floor. I'd like you to just find this hip opener with the connection between the left foot and the right thigh. So taking a little breath here, make sure your bottom's on the ground, you're not pushing through the right foot at all. Arms maybe go a little bit wider if you're not in the T shape. Take your bottom to the left-hand side of the mat as you cross the legs completely and then let the legs drop towards the right. So you can probably hear that in my voice as I kind of come into this twist, rolling, softening through both feet. Keeping both shoulder blades down and breathing into the left-hand side of the body. And then as I'm here with my legs over to the right, I'm just going to uncross the legs, bring the left arm over, so I come onto my right side and use the hands to bring myself back up to seated. So I'm going to come and find a cross-legged seated pose. You might want to sit on a pillow. You might find that cross-legged doesn't work for you and you want to sit with a different leg variation, which is absolutely fine. Hands on the thighs. I'm going to take a little circular motion through the rib cage. Now this might feel a little bit peculiar for you if you're not used to kind of moving in this way. Don't overthink it. Try to just get some movement into the back. So I take my ribs to the side, take them forwards, side, and then back. Maybe go the other way. You might like to get the shoulders involved. The beauty of being at home is that you can just kind of flow here. Just move your body here, see what feels good for you. And then reset to find a lovely lengthened spine. Take a big breath in, reach all the way up towards the ceiling, and exhale, release the breath, release the tension, and we finish our practice there. Thank you so much for joining me for that daily stretch today. Repeat that again and again and again. And I hope to see you on the mat, not only on my YouTube channel, But remember, you can join me on the membership platform, Pilates and Yoga with Jade.com.